Alright guys, on today's historic Brawl video, we have Lord Xander, the Collector. Got the nice alt art on it. If you don't know what Lord Xander does, basically when he hits the field, your opponent discards half their hand. When he attacks, they discard or mill half their library. And when he dies, they sacrifice half of their permanents, or non-land permanents, that is, to be more specific. I've tried making a Lord Xander sort of Brawl Commander deck for a while. Tried different things. Tried to play him like Gonti, where you basically just have a bunch of revive spells in your hand. You just wait for Lord Xander to die, or you kill it yourself, bring it back, and keep looping like that. It works, but I don't quite enjoy it as much. What I do enjoy though is making him the commander of like an artifact package like this. So, running a bunch of artifacts, basically like if you're running Tesseract, which we do have in the deck, Master of the Bridge, which can, for its uptick, you can deal X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of artifacts you control, which you're running many of. We have Jin Taxes to copy our artifacts and make more of them. Well, the Citadel can get us stuff off the top and keep looping into. Terragrid can capitalize on Lord Xander's enter the battlefield effect. Paradox Engine is Paradox Engine. And I guess if you don't know what it does, basically anytime you cast a spell, you untap all your artifacts, or actually everything on your side of the field except for your lands. So if you have enough artifacts, or mana artifacts on your battlefield, you can basically just keep looping over and over, especially with cards like Brawl, Citadel, and let's see, which and Chaos One has a nice loop effect you can go into. You just cast spells off out of their deck. It untaps all your artifacts, and you just keep going. You just keep looping Chaos One over and over and over. And another thing that we have that's pretty nice is Aether Flux Reservoir. I can't speak. Uh, but anytime you cast a spell, you gain one life for each spell you cast this turn. So with a card like Bolus the Citadel, where you just keep casting cards off the top of your deck, you can eventually just gain so much life in one turn that you can kill your opponent. But by that time, they probably already scooped. Um, then we have a couple other cards in here like Xanathar. I really like Xanathar. Made a commander deck out of him a handful of times and really enjoyed it. Same kind of thing I did with Xander. I made him with like artifacts and whatnot, and it worked really well. Basically, if you're able to get your mana going really early, you kind of snowball very quickly if they don't have a lot of artifact removal or counter spells or ways to stop you from getting everything on the field. We also have a lot of draw on the deck. We have cards like Johora. Whenever you cast a historic spell, draw a card. So that's artifacts, legendaries, and enchantments, I believe, or sagas. Sagas, yeah. So that's the majority of the deck here. So we'll be drawing a card every time we do that. And we have cards like Sublime Artificer, that anytime I cast a non-creature spell, I create a 1/1 Servo Artifact creature token. Then we have some cards that benefit from artifacts. Magda is one I'm kind of iffy about still. Have her in here more of as a rampy kind of thing on turn 2. Don't know if there's something better I could be using. Probably is. But there's some synergy. If you can get to 5 treasures, you can kind of put whatever artifact you want on the field. Most times he doesn't live long enough to be able to do that. But then you have cards like Gold Span Dragon to create some more treasures too. Very nice. Then we have Prismari that makes all of our artifacts mana rocks. It comes when it enters the field, also creates a treasure token. And this also prevents treasure tokens from having to be sacked to get mana from, which is nice. So you can keep all your treasures on the field if you have any. It's not many treasure makers in the deck to begin with, but there's a few to kind of get us going. Then we have Emery Liquor the Lock. That costs one less for each artifact you control. And if it can stick around long enough, you can start casting artifact spells from the graveyard, which is very nice. I've been doing it. I've been able to cast Chromatic Orrery a handful of times already through her effect. And the Chromatic Orrery is also a very good card, making you able to spend mana however you like. And it adds 5. And for 5, you can draw a card for each color among permanents you control. So just more ramp, more draw. Roll of Invention costs less for every artifact you have on the field, which is very nice. You can, early on, if you have a lot of the cheap artifacts on the field, you can use this card to get one of your bigger ones. Paradox Engine is probably the more likely target, if not Chromatic Orrery. See if there's anything else I got here. Reality Chip is very nice early on. Lets you start casting from the top of your deck, which if you have something like Paradox Engine on the field, or a lot of artifact or mana artifacts, you can easily cast whatever you have on top of your deck. But for now, that's about it. So we're gonna play a couple matches, see how this goes. Alright, looks like we got Scare God. We have 2 lands and Arcane Signet. So we go 1, 2, Signet, 5 Axion Arena, and hope we can start popping off from there. I guess the question is whether this is going to be Zombie Tribal, or Control, or Reanimation. Yes. Alright, I think he's one of those weird players that, takes about all the time in the world to do one thing. I think it's people do it to, bait out a scoop for people who don't want to, wait around. But I have all the time in the world, so he can take his time too. See what I mean? So we have 5 lands, or 5 ways of producing mana. If we can get one more, we could probably go into Xanathar. That's fine. Let's just go Bolas Citadel and see what we get. over time.
The
That's
undead
fine.
make great minions. Loyal. Let's reduce the battle to
I
shambles.
still get their creature. I get rid of their planeswalker. Alright. That was nice given how I don't know what that guy was doing. Alright, we got Jenny Faye. Big on tokens. Our deck might be too slow to deal with theirs. Gotta keep this. Go for Temple and Scry for hopefully something good. Another black source, so probably wouldn't be too bad. So we got another opponent that's not here. Bruvak can stay on the field, we can, and if we can get to Lord Xander, we can build their whole deck. Man, I was really hoping for another black source. Krinka, great hand for them. Great draw for them. Haunted Ridge. I feel like I gotta get rid of the Krinka. Now, if we can get Lord Xander on the field, we can start doing some stuff. We'll just keep blocking the commander for now. Sheet of Fools, Mystic Forge. Next turn we can Lord Xander. Try and go wide. I think getting rid of Krenko was a good choice. We can Lord Xander now. Make them get rid of half their hand. And if they can't get rid of Lord Xander or Bruvak next turn, that is going to be game. I'm not going to chump block a Bruvak. They should have kept Inscription in their hand. They could assume that I would block, and then they could have fought Bruvak for the rest of his life. risky. Now if they had something like Gaia's Blessing in there, that would have been some ass. Going up against 5 colors. Probably a Shrine deck. His hand really doesn't have much. His hand's slightly better. Go for Snare. Up on their turn, it is Shrines. Magic Lantern's nice. For an island, make our artifact spells cost 1 less. Alright. So there should be a way to do both. Let's do Key of the Archive. And we'll get a D-Spark, because they will probably want to play that 5-color Shrine at some point if they get to it. Odin. Put down Temple. Valkyrie is also good. Put down Chromatic Lantern. Cosmo Elixir. We can Valky next turn, or Tibalt next turn. Get rid of their Odin Unseen Winds. Smothering Tithes, good for them. Good for us too, if we take it. We'll decline.
The world tree will be
Keep forgetting that you can't do enchantments. Get our land. They can't flash in anything yet. Next turn we can gold span. Or go. I think we go into Lord Xander and start getting rid of some of the cards in their hand. They have 2 shrines so far, so they still got a little bit more to go. Vanishing Light.
My job here is done.
They have 1, 2, 3, 7, enough to play their commander. It's fine. So, decline. Go for gold span. Attack him with both. It's fine too. Tezzeret.
I have no reservations about progress is power.
Get rid of the Gilded Lotus. River's Rebuke. That's gonna be a good turn next turn if that doesn't get countered. Grim Tutor. Oh yeah. It's all come together. Sanctum of All. Oh yeah. Oh, if we get a River's Rebuke into Lord of Xander, that would be great. How much would this leave? Just 3. See if they have any counter spells. Hopefully this works. Creature. We get Valky back. We'll go for the Sanctum Weaver. And we'll uptick.
Innovation has no limit.
At Magda. You can make a target artifact a 4/4 creature. Maybe Lord Xander next turn. Make them get rid of even more cards. Surprised they didn't go for Sanctum of All immediately. Now we can alt Tezzeret 2.
Your
Might actually
victory doesn't change my future.
we might actually have enough to win. No, we need 2 more points of damage for Nico Bolas to kill him. Unless we get something that lets us do 2 damage. And we go for Lord Xander and keep up D-Sword. I also transform Lord Xander if they want. Yeah, it's fine. We just need one of our flyers to hit. And then we can Nico Bolas for remaining. So we can hit them for 7. They're gonna bounce. We synced them, but now that just leaves them fully open. Just attack in. And we just Nico balls.
Greetings, Nats. Taste death.
River Sweep definitely saved that game. We are going up against Kaikar. Now their deck's usually very heavy on counters, but we'll see how this goes. Usually counter decks are a little slower. I think we do better against slower decks. So let's go for an island. For mountain, go for Mechanot. Next turn we can go for Hedron Archive. Just fair heal. That's definitely a solid coming or Epiphany or Epiphany card. Could also be Doomscar. A March Mechanot. And now they have no land. Next turn we can Valkyrie.
My creations are things of beauty.
Go for. It's pretty obvious that they have counter spell.
I like to think fast.
It's not bad. I forgot it's legendary. Next turn we can still back either. So I'm assuming this is gonna get countered. Or not.
I have cosmic. Make no mistake. I'm not
Alright, they're staying in. Trying to think about what they might have in their hand. So go for 5. And if they want to counterspell, now's the time. Big score. We get -2 on Artificer. Make another Hedron artifact. Gives us 4 mana. Dark Ritual can get us, I believe, 6 or 7. Not really doing the math. And we might be able to start looping.
Genius is as genius does.
Dark Ritual. Go for Chromatic Orb. Pyrexy and Arena. Lord Xander. Make them get rid of half their cards in their hands. That's gotta be a Doomstar or something. I feel like if it was solid coming, they would have already used it. Granted, I think they know the game's pretty much over. Forgot to activate Tier Grid. Can't pay 5 yet. Now they might have a River's Rebuke, but I feel like we're still far ahead. We can also alt Tibalt next turn. Destroy all creatures. Destroy all artifacts. It's fine. -8 on Tibalt. Go for Chromatic Ori. Paradox Engine. Hedron. Dark Ritual. That's game. Alright guys, so that's the deck. See, Lord Xander's pretty good. Just out on his own. Like I said in the beginning, I know a lot of people play him with recursion spells, reanimation, but I feel like he is a lot more consistent in this artifact package. Granted, I know Paradox Engine is a lot of the deck, but Lord Xander just helps keep everything, or keep your opponent's hand down, mills their deck, makes them stack their creatures if they get rid of Lord Xander. I mean, he just has a lot of utility. It just gets nice in here because it allows you enough time to get to your loop conditions or your win conditions. Chromatic Orb is also very nice with Paradox Engine. Nicobolus was able to come in and get a win. So that's going to be it for now. I don't know if I will be uploading another Historic Brawl video tomorrow. I might. I'm hoping the audio mix sounds better in this video. I'm still playing around with all that. I'm still learning how to properly edit videos. Working on making better thumbnails. Like I said in the last video, I do want this channel to grow. I do enjoy doing this, and it gives me something to do during the day where I don't really have much to do here, and there's not too many people that I can talk to. So this has been a really nice outlet for me. So if you like the video, or if you want to see how this channel does over next month, I'm hoping, every video I'm looking to improve, so I'm hoping it shows, especially after a month or two of doing this. And if you want to see that growth, if you want to hear me mumble, if you want to hear me not be able to pronounce words, then continue, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Catch you next time.